In fact, I have my competition screaming at me to raise my prices because they're all charging more than I am. And I'm getting all the new subscribers, and they're not.
I know that for a fact. Okay, we're gonna.
And wait a minute, Drew. The email address, BOB, that's Bob, at INTFORECASTER.com. Bob at intforecaster.com. And we have a toll-free number, too, if you want to call and leave your name and phone number. It's 800-375-4188. That's 800-375-4188. You just call in, give them an email address or a phone number or both, and say, I want Bob to call me, and that's it. And they will email me, and I will call you.
I have a gentleman here. He says, is that an international 800, or is that for USA and Canada?
USA and Canada.
Okay. We need to get that clarified out there for all you guys. We want to let you know that, yes, it will work. Okay, that's a direct.
Well, all you young guys know how to use a computer. Email me. It's easier.
It's exactly right.
I can do wonders on the emails. Don't worry about it.
Bob at intforecaster.com. You got that? I mean, it's real
all you guys overseas, you worry about staying alive. You don't worry about anything else. If you need help with your money, I'll help you. You don't have to worry about it.
And you guys, if y'all will email me, you have my email address, or you can email me, and you want last week's International Forecaster to see how in depth it goes. Be prepared. You're going to get 42 pages, 43 at least. So to see how accurate Bob is, because his predictions that I've read in his newsletter is more accurate than anybody out there that I've read or seen, or the people that are constantly emailing me with their, well, you should read my forecaster or my predictions because I've been right. And they don't give a percentage, but I know for a fact they're not anywhere close to being as right as Mr. Chapman. Let's see, is this a question? No, that's
I was on Reverend Butch Pa's show last night, and I've been on with him for 16 years, along with Dr. Stan Monteith on his program, and Erskine overnight. But I told Reverend Paul last night, there is no conceivable way that any normal human being that's bright can be as right as I have without God's direction. And, I'm not a super serious religious person, but I can find no other reason why I've been able to do what I've done.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm having a real tough time finding some of these questions in the chat room because they're not in all capital letters. I keep telling you guys, you got to put your questions in all capital letters so I can find them. This goes back to Mr. Soros, Mr. Chapman. Is Soros covering shorts by buying back his tungsten gold?
Well, that's kind of a loaded question. And and I don't know whether the Exchange Traded Fund, SLD, is in possession of any tungsten bars that are coated with gold. They could be. I just don't know. There's a crisis out there in the gold bullion community, so to speak, and that crisis is that those bars have been discovered by the Chinese because they got delivery from London. I don't know where they came from. Everybody's hush-hush about it. None of the governments will talk about it. And the rumor is that the United States government back during the 90s and the Clinton administration were the ones that did it. And so how many they did and how much they did or whether they did it, I don't know for sure. But I do know one thing, some of them exist.
I hate to acquiesce for you, Drew, but did Mr. Chapman say 20 or 30 years before the housing market comes back?
Well, it's a guess, and it can be anywhere between 10 and 20 years. It's not going to come back quickly. People have been burned. It's been indelibly burned into their skulls for the first time in probably 50 years that we've had a boom in real estate in America. And people are going to be very reticent to take the risk of owning a home. You know, most people think, well, my mortgage payments are this, and my insurance that, and my house tax is this, and it's going to cost me $2,000 a month. And then they forget that when the toilet breaks and you got to get new plumbing, when the electric goes and you got to get new electric, when the roof leaks and you got to spend $15,000 or $20,000, all these things add in. Owning a home is expensive in the best of times, and this is not the best of times.
Mr. Chapman, as we go off to break, we've got about 2 minutes. We go off to break. I just got the message from New York. Please advise Mr. Chapman that gold has taken a major hit of a $15 dive and a $15 retreat in the last hour as the market closed. I assume this is more manipulations. Does Mr. Chapman agree with me as a broker that somebody behind the scenes in government is aiding these gold prices?
Well, yesterday the UN come out after the IMF come out after the close and said we're going to sell some more gold. Big deal. It's not earth-ending. So gold went up $15. It opened up this morning and went up $15. Then it went down to about even, and the last I saw it, and because I don't have a machine in front of me right now, it was off $3 to $4, which is nothing. What's making it go down? The announcement was planted yesterday so that the access market, which is very thin, could go down, and that's what's happening today. And they failed to tell you that on Tuesday, the gold options expire, and there's 5,800 of them at $1,100. Now, we closed today on the spot market at $1,118, and the U.S. government, through their bankers, want gold to close below $1,100 on Tuesday so they won't have to pay off on these things, and they do it every month. They're crooks.
One more quick question before we go to the break. With the Federal Reserve raising its rate today by 0.25, will the strength of the dollar, will this strengthen the dollar, and will it stabilize the gold?
Number one, it won't make any difference to gold at all. It's just a move in what is considered the right direction. But more than that, it's already been discounted in the dollar because the dollar went up because of the troubles in Greece and in Europe. But the insiders knew already there was going to be a raise. That's why the dollar ran from 74 to a little over 80 on the USDX. The market was rigged, and it's all been discounted. So now the dollar will start selling off.
All right, guys, pay attention. This show is live. It is archived. You can get it 5 minutes after it goes off the air at 1800 hours Central Standard Time. That's midnight time Zulu, and you can pass it around with your friends. This is the show that can help you, help your friends, and your family. We got to take a break, and we'll be right back. Mr. Chapman is out there in the middle of the pendulum. This is the man you need to call. Listen up. Get your pens out. His email address and his phone number are coming up, and we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, and all my Marines around the world, welcome back. This is Thursday, the 18th day of February 2010. Got a lot of questions here. This is the show on finances. This is the show that you can learn and prepare to save your assets and your goods. So pay attention to the song that ABBA put forth about 20 years ago. The women were looking for a rich man, but those of you that are on the male side, you're going to have to learn how to keep that money for the girls. So pay attention. This is a very serious show. It's not. I try to make it as humorous as I can to let you know what the truth is. The lines are open. Those of you that want to call in, the phone number is 347-308-8047. That is 347-308-8047. You can ask a direct question to Mr. Bob Chapman.